Goeiedag, good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And apparently at 10 o'clock this morning, Neil de Beer is going to be responding to my suggestion that he's not actually saying what he does, which is fine. Freedom of speech. Let me show you what he actually says in his commentary leading up to his statement, public statement at 10 o'clock this morning in South Africa.
Secondly, I will be speaking about an unbelievably biased, naive, and hurtful video that was processed by a gentleman called Scott of the Living Life channel, who incredibly insulting, degradingly made a video and spread it, accusing me of some major issues. And I will officially, and if you know him, tell him I am addressing him in the public tomorrow. And on the issues that he falsely and incredibly, from a very far distant, not even in my own country, made against me and set it out as fact. So if anybody knows him, follows him, and maybe has seen the ferocious defense of more than 12,000 people currently online putting him straight, I would like to officially address him as well tomorrow.
Okay, now look, I'm not going to be drawn into a long, drawn-out argument, but what I am going to show you is a video clip in a second, which was taken on the 23rd of December. That's the timestamp, 23rd of December, 2020, in a debate between Neil de Beer and Isaac van Zyl. And you will hear in your own words where he says, I give you my word. I will get back to you in 2 weeks about this. I don't have to tell you what it's about because the video that follows now will explain to you the horrific situation that evolved in KwaZulu-Natal. The point I'm trying to make is that 2 weeks after the 23rd of December is early January. And he says, regardless of my leave, regardless, I am giving you my word, I will get back to you. Now, that never happened. And I actually sent a Skype text message to Neil de Beer on the 1st of January saying, Neil, what's happening regarding this situation with the South African police? Let me play you the clip so you can get the context of what I'm talking about. The last couple of days with a lady, Elsa B. Jane, who represents Patriots for Minorities. And she was on because she was talking about a farmer in the Skopje area in KwaZulu-Natal who was literally set upon by 20 police from Umkomaas. And they set on this guy because they wanted him off the farm so their mates could go and take it over without paying a cent for it. They basically were trying to intimidate him. They nearly killed the guy. 20 police. Now, she's actually gone to IPID, who have identified these 20 policemen. They've actually know where they stayed. They stayed in hotels. They came from all over the country. It was clearly just a gang attack, but it was police who nearly killed this farmer. They actually came into his house and nearly killed the guy. Now, we're talking here about the police actually defending farmers. What about a situation where the police are the attackers?
To who's the question, Scott?
I'll put it to
every day, Scott.
I'll put it to you, Neil. What are your thoughts about that? I mean, what about the quality of the policing?
Can I first bow to Isak?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think Isak needs to finish, and then I'd like to follow after Isak,
sure.
Please.
Isak?
Okay, thanks, Scott. We are seeing it every day, and that is not an acceptable thing in South Africa. And that's why I said to Neil that there's the larger percentage of police are still police. But we have a faction in the police that are so corrupt And I don't know what measures the community can take to get rid of the corrupt and savage police officers. Because they, weet hulle sê die klein jakkalsies wat die wingerde vernieu. En hulle is op hierdie oomblik die ouens wat van Suid-Afrika 'n land maak wat onregeerbaar is and a country that is not nice for civilized people to live in.
I think I want to add there on your question and what Isak says.
Go ahead.
The majority of the people that I work with, and I can physically testify, like Isak, I work with these members in uniform for the past 243 nights in uniform. And I can tell you that the majority police officers on the floor are there to die, and they are ready to die for us. But what we cannot allow is that, you know, I'm also a bit of a hotelier, Scott. Ek het 'n bietjie van 'n hotel. En Isak, as jy nie my wynplaas toe kom nie, nê, as jy glad nie weet waar ek in die Weskaap is, want ek maak 'n goeie wyn. I'm not here to promote my business. If you have a restaurant, Scott, and you go there and you eat a bad steak, they don't call the owner and say, excuse me, I've been eating here for 10 years. That steak you just served me is bad. You know what's the South African mentality? You eat your steak, you walk out, and you never go back and you tell everybody in your town that's the worst restaurant in earth. And the poor owner doesn't know you had a bad steak. It's the same with the police. One bad cop, 9 bad cops do not make the police bad. And it's those rotten apples, and I have evidence of proof, like many of us here, that it goes not just to one level, it goes to many above beyond levels of corruption and bad cop. And it is up to us, it's up to the citizenry. I will repeat it again. We the people must get up and say, we will not be served in this manner, we will not be spoken to in this manner, and a cop that's rogue actually should be given more justice than the normal citizenry on the road. But then, Isak, I'm also petitioning, being a person that comes from uniform, that today if you kill a policeman, it should not just be a charge of murder, it should be a charge of treason as well. So like we attack them, like we want to wean out those corrupt, we must defend our members and our people in uniform.
But here's the kicker, Neil. Here's the kicker. Those 20 corrupt police who've been identified by IPID, they have not yet been called up to explain what happened. They're all claiming sick leave and trauma and stuff like that. And IPID are just doing nothing about it. This is the problem. This is why.
But what do we do?
This is why those 20 police now is becoming an issue, because the police service itself is doing nothing about it.
But what are we doing? See, this is the thing, Scott. If they protect their own, fine. But then we as citizens must get up and take it to the highest authority, be it in you, in the media, and we must start getting up and being more voice. And I'm talking about, and clear, not just white, but everybody in this country has a constitutional civil right of living in peace. And if those 20 cops are not taken to the book, then I am saying we should get up as a conclave of citizens and attack them, not by force, but by all the constitutional and civil preferences of liberty given to us. That's the only thing we can do.
Let me leave you with this thought, Neil. You're in South Africa, you've got very good contacts in government.
Sure.
If you go and have a look at the live stream I had just the last day or two where this is discussed in detail,
Yes.
You're in South Africa. Why don't you take this up and actually get those 20 cops brought before the courts?
Scott, you have my word.
Okay.
And you know, I doubtedly don't. I give you my word that in this period of the next 2 weeks,
okay,
even if I'm on a break, I will give you personal feedback of what I have done to ensure that this thing gets highlighted by the highest authority. You have my word.
Isaac, back to you.
Now, when I put out my video just before the 9th of January saying, hey, what's happened to Neil de Beer? You know, we've invited him to
to be on the live stream to discuss the secession side, and we've been, asking him about the 2020, or so about the 20 police, getting no responses at all. And I'm not just talking about myself. Marlena, who looks after my live streams, had been in pretty well daily contact on WhatsApp, which is the mode that, or the medium that she'd actually been in contact with UIM. And Skype was a medium that I'd been in contact with UIM. I didn't have an email address for Neil de Beer or any of his staff. That's the only way I could contact them, the only way I could follow up. So at 10 o'clock this morning, Neil de Beer is going to be responding to my suggestion that he says one thing and does another. And all I point you back to is the video that I played first, where he says, I will get back to you within 2 weeks. I will sort this out. I will make sure the 20 police do have to face the courts, basically. Please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates. Please like this video. Please share this video. And above all, please stay safe. Bye for now.